Ingram Borough Council meeting, December 10, 2018, will now come to order. Please rise and pledge allegiance led by Mayor Stetson.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Nugent.
Here.
Mr. Chestnut.
Here.
Ms. Dixon. Mr. Ellis.
Here.
Mr. Taylor.
Here.
Mr. Tebbets. Mrs. Wilford. Here. Mayor Stetson.
Here.
Solicitor Gordon.
Here. Okay, do we have any requests for citizens to be heard today? Okay.
Great.
Engineers report, Mr. Wall.
Thank you, Mr. President. Roto-Rooter has completed all the excavation repairs that were part of the 2018 J-COG contract. Bulk of the work was completed last week. I believe they were doing some restoration work today. I also see that later on the agenda, there's the motion for the pay application for the J-COG CCTV. That's all.
Okay. Any questions for the engineer?
On that CCTV,
Yeah.
there's a $700 and some credit after the payout. I'm not clear on why that is.
It's the way the sheet calculates this, with like the retainage and whatnot. Because we're holding back at 5%. Once we go final, it'll zero that. So we still owe them $635 on retainage. It's a little hard to explain. It's the way that the spreadsheet or our payment application, it kind of adds things on that last column G on the second sheet. But once we zero it out, because it's a unit price contract and we're over some and under some, it just ended up with the negative for now.
So it's not going to be, because when I originally looked at it, I thought it was going to be the 728 minus the 635, so they would still owe us 100 sometimes.
No.
Any other questions for the engineer? Thank you, Brian. Committee reports, building and zoning code enforcement. Mr. Tebbets isn't here. Tim or Karen, do you guys have any report on this?
I don't know, we're not doing anything, I guess, with this side yard.
Our parking ordinance?
Yeah.
Not at this time, because I didn't have that until the fall.
Yeah. We'll have to work on that on January.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Thank you guys. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. All right. Thank you. Parks and Recreation, Mr. Chesner.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do not have a report, but I just want to wish everyone a happy and safe holiday.
Okay. And you too. Any questions for Parks and Recreation? Thank you, Joe. Highway Sanitation, Ms. Dixon.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do have a few things, and I thank Mr. Taylor for attending the meeting on Monday last week. They did have the motion tonight to authorize the expenditure we discussed, and it's a J-COG in the amount of $12,082.91 for the year 8 of the joint CCTV inspections and cleaning projects as outlined in the engineer's letter of December 7th, 2008.
Motion's been made and seconded by Mr. Ellis. Any questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Chestnut.
Yes.
Ms. Dixon.
Yes.
Mr. Ellis.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Mrs. Wilford.
Yes.
Mr. Nugent.
Yes.
And we do have like an issue we discussed on Thursday on North Duane where there's a sewer issue. So we're doing some cameroing of that to determine whose problem that is, and we'll continue to contact the people that needed to be contacted to fix that problem. Currently we have a metal plate on the ground and it's not making the residents happy, just like it didn't make people happy on Sampson whenever the plate was on the ground from the water company. And we're aware of that, and we're going to work hard to get that done as quickly as possible.
Okay.
And then we have an issue with the steps on Monterey, and we had an engineer look at that recently, and he has some suggestions. We're going to run that by Public Works to see if that's feasible and get that on our schedule for the spring.
All right. And then I saw on your email today about the approving the letter for the sewer insurance. Has your committee
Right.
approved that?
Well, I don't know that that's my committee, but I guess it is.
Oh, sewer.
Yes, we're all in agreement to that, if everybody else is, with the change in the vernacular that we had for the letter.
I'm not sure if I sent it out to everyone. I think I sent it to your committee for comment and approval, so. It was just a change in that letter from the company as far as the sewer insurance. It was an issue about, I guess, about this end partner with, so that was changed. So I will send that out to you guys. But basically, if you have the old letter, that was the minor change, so. That's that.
Just to clarify, that there was a word change requested by the solicitor, and they agreed to it. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that we, as a council, had agreed to send out the letter.
No, we agreed to
Subject
it
to
in the
his
program,
review.
and I don't believe that's true, but it's possible, but I don't believe that's true. I thought we were gonna look at the letter. But, I think it's important, if we're gonna be sending that letter out, if there's an issue with that, if the blowback's gonna come this way, then we're comfortable as best we can be with the letter that's going out, so. I don't remember making a motion to approve that
I don't.
pending solicitor's changes, because I wasn't sure what the company's change was gonna be coming back, because it's still gotta go through them.
Right. Well, I'll send that out to all council, and we'll vote on it, and
Well, we already voted to approve, so if council approves after that, then we can give them the okay. I don't think it's gonna be an issue. Okay, and then let me know and I'll follow up with her. Anything else, Karen?
that's it.
Any questions for Highways Health and Sanitation? Thank you, Karen. Police and Fire, Mrs. Wolford.
Thank you. We had 5 fire calls this past month with a cooking incident, a furnace issue, a faulty fire alarm, a gas odor, and a grill leak. And I have one motion for a motion to repair the seat of the police car at a cost not to exceed $325.
Motion's been made and seconded by Mr. Chesney. Any questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Chesnut?
Yes.
Ms. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilford?
Yes.
Mr. Nucci?
Yes.
And that is all I have.
Okay. Any questions for Police and Fire? Thank you, Samantha. Finance, Mr. Taylor.
Yes, a few motions today. Motion to ratify the payment of expenses, or payment of the November 21st, 2018 payroll in the amount of $25,716.90, and the December 6th payroll 2018 in the amount of $26,993.92.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded by Ms. Dixon. Any questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Chesnut?
Yes.
Ms. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilford?
Yes.
Mr. Nucci?
Yes.
A motion to ratify the payment of expenses for November 26, 2018. General fund, $331.27. Payroll fund, $2,011.79.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded by Ms. Dixon. Any questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Chesnut?
Yes.
Ms. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilford?
Yes.
Mr. Nucci?
Yes.
A motion to ratify the expenses for November 28, 2018 as follows: general fund, $19,870.91. Recreation fund, $152.84. And sanitary sewer fund, $130,236.42.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded by Ms. Dixon. Any questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Chesnut?
Yes.
Ms. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilford?
Yes.
Mr. Nucci?
Yes.
A motion to pay the expenses for the month of December 2018 as follows: general fund, $27,164.19. Recreation fund, $552.97. Sanitary sewer fund, $3,848.53. Payroll fund, $2,578.56. And liquid fuels fund, $3,188.78.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded by Ms. Dixon. Any questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Chesnut?
Yes.
Ms. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilford?
Yes.
Mr. Nucci?
Yes.
Motion to approve the 2015 through 2018 real estate tax refunds in the amount of $957.93 as provided by Jordan Tax Service.
Sure.
Motion's been made and seconded by Ms. Dixon. Any questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Chesnut?
Yes.
Ms. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilford?
Yes.
Mr. Nucci?
Yes.
On to the budgets. A motion to adopt the 2019 budget as follows. The general fund, $1,820,513. The recreation fund, $62,274. The liquid fuels fund, $160,893. The sanitary sewer fund, $1,294,997, and the capital improvement fund, $1,321,532.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded by Mr. Ellis. Any questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Chesnut?
Yes.
Ms. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilford?
Yes.
Mr. Nucci?
Yes.
Motion to approve the 2019 salaries of all borough employees as presented on attachment 1, which will be made part of the December 10th, 2018 minutes.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded by Mr. Ellis. Any questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Chesnut?
Yes.
Ms. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilford?
Yes.
Mr. Nucci?
Yes.
A motion to adopt ordinance number 4 of 2018, setting forth the 2019 real estate tax millage as follows. General fund, 5.7 mils. Recreation fund, 0.2 mils, for a total millage of 5.9 mils, which, by the way, is the same as last year.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded by Mr. Ellis. Any questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Chesnut?
Yes.
Ms. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilford?
Yes.
Mr. Nucci?
Yes.
A motion to transfer $82,000 from the general fund to the capital improvement fund as follows. $7,500 for future bridge repairs, $20,000 to future police car purchase, $2,000 to future boiler replacement, $2,500 to the future roof replacement, $20,000 to future road repairs, $20,000 to future public works vehicles, and $10,000 to future window replacement.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded by Mr. Ellis. Any questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Chesnut?
Yes.
Ms. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilford?
Yes.
Mr. Nucci?
Yes. Anything else?
That would be all, Mr. President.
Okay. Any questions for finance? Thank you, Tim. General Government, Mr. Ellis.
I have one motion tonight. A motion to advertise the 2019 regular meetings for council for the second Monday of each month at 6:30 and the pre-council meeting on the Thursday prior to the regular meeting at 6:30 p.m.
Motion's made and seconded by Mr. Chesno. The only change made from the norm is that the July meeting falls on 4th of July for the agenda meeting, so it was just left off of the schedule. We generally cancel in the summer anyway, but just to be safe, we don't want to have it on the 4th of July anyway, so that's the only real change. Any other questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Chesnut?
Yes.
Ms. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilford?
Yes.
Mr. Nucci?
Yes.
The only other thing I got is about, we just talked about this morning about the mailboxes, that mailbox, so we're gonna get that.
Okay. I don't know. Do you have a motion to purchase?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We've already made that motion to
We made
Yeah,
purchase,
so
so
30 approved.
you're gonna wait, I think you mentioned today that you're gonna wait until after they do the door.
Yeah, we gotta wait till they do the door and then we'll figure out where we're gonna put it. So stuff. I mean,
How long
I
do you
mean, unless
think
we wanna
that's,
get-
how long do you think that's gonna be? Because it's an issue with the holidays, the police getting their summons
Yeah, it's
and
true.
going within.
I mean,
five to
if we're gonna
seven
put it so
days
far away, I
prior to
guess we
town
can
meeting.
order it now and put it in.
Oh, we can order it now.
Yeah,
At least order it. so
Yeah,
that-
That's good, yeah, we can get it ordered,
do
because
that
we don't
at
know what
least.
the status is on that front door.
yeah, because we don't know if we're gonna
I'll
wait till
follow
spring.
up.
Right, if they wait till spring, that's.
Yeah, if you put it to right.
Yeah, because that's, yeah, right between, we're gonna put it right between the two things.
Yeah, it's, well, yeah, we should.
It's only 19 inches.
Go ahead, go ahead.
All right, we'll get it ordered.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else, Jerry?
Nope, that's all I have.
Any questions for general government? Thank you, Jerry. Mayor's report, Mayor Stats.
Thank you, Mr. President. We had 213 calls last month, and we received a check for $2,116.26 from the magistrate's office.
There we go. Any questions for the mayor? Thank you, Mrs. Mayor. Secretary's report, Mrs. Stecker.
I have no report today.
Any questions for the secretary? Thank you, Debbie. Solicitor's report, Mr. Gardner.
Same report as the secretary.
Any questions for the solicitor? We're moving right along tonight. President's report, I would like to request a brief executive, adjourn to a brief executive session to discuss a contract, a legal issue. And also, I just had one question. Tim, we had discussed a month or 2 months or so ago about this city fire thing. We need to disperse that money. Did your committee at all discuss how you guys wanna do that as far as paying that towards each year, or was there any discussion about that? Because we're gonna have to make a new fee schedule with the city and get that worked out.
My understanding was that we were going to go with the recommendation that was presented when we were talking budgets.
Okay,
I
this.
didn't know that we were doing anything other than that.
Oh, I didn't know, well, I just put this out as just, this is just my guess, is just throwing something out there as a starting point. If everyone's good with that, Bob and I can meet with the city finance and set up a new fee schedule. Everybody familiar with this? With the 48 coming off every year for the, you guys all right? You're all right with that, Tim?
Yeah, that's, I
And
thought
then that gives
was-
us, at the end of the term, that leaves us like $125,000, so. Well, actually, what was this year, 94? Not, this year's budget, I think, is $94,000. So,
But we paid some, we've made 2 payments. this
well,
year.
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, I mean, for 19, I think 19 is budgeted 90.
Yeah, whatever it's in the budget.
So here's,
it's in
the only
contract.
question I have then is, do you wanna budget it at this current year's amount, which is like almost 95? That gives you another 40 grand at the end of this term, or do you wanna leave it at 90? And
I say maybe 94 or 95,
Maybe.
try to do that extra.
It gives you about another 40 at the end, or, so, if you wanted, I mean, if our current amount's 95 and we can afford that. I mean, this number was based on 2018's number. I don't know, Tim, you have a feeling on that?
Again, as part of my recollection on the proposed budget, we had 94,000.
Right, but this proposal, this thing that I wrote up said 90, because that was based on 2018. This is something I had written up a long time ago, based on the 2018 number of 90,000. Well, we've got 95 budget enough. We say, hey, we're gonna put 95 towards it, that gives you about another $5,000 a year to put away. If we budget 95 in years forward rather than 90.
Again, I thought we agreed to 94,000, was my notes.
Well, I can change that. I can, no, because it's right here, it says right here on the 90. I don't know, that's fine. So consensus, we wanna make it the 95?
Do we need a motion?
No, because we haven't.
Because we haven't done anything yet.
We haven't done anything yet, we don't, I mean, we'll have to sit down and talk to Claire about making the fee schedule and everything with these new numbers on it. And then we'll figure out how, there's been some discussion with Debbie about how we're gonna, we'll probably have to put a line item in the capital or something, but anyway, we'll figure it out. Okay, that sounds good. All right, and then, like I said, I just, at the end, I'll have the brief executive session. Any questions for me? Any old business or new business? Any
Well-
topic?
Old business, we got anything going on with that, the website?
The last I discussed that was with Tim and Greg, and I thought we were gonna sit down and go over about what it would take to implement some of those ideas, and maybe, I didn't see everything that Ian had, so I'm not really sure how much of that, Tim, maybe you can expound on that.
I saw a paper copy of everything, and I was told that it's on the computer, and then I was told that we couldn't get into the computer because there was a password issue or something.
Not for an intern.
Well, I'd like to see what's on the computer.
I agree, I mean, we have to, So maybe the
But
answer
it's
is,
not a website at all, it's nothing more than pictures, it's,
well, it's like ideas of things you would want to put on the website. Different departments and different things, and
yeah.
that's my understanding, I didn't actually see.
Yeah, the implementation of that was left, that, my understanding based on the committee was that, Brady Butler was going to implement the facial or the facade of the website. And the content in terms of like ordinances and stuff like that was going to be left alone at this time to be referred to, 360.
Just ordinances that, yeah, we would probably put on 360, but like we had talked about, I know when I had spoken with Ian about this probably in July, he had some kind of code enforcement thing on there that, for instance, if you were looking at fences, you clicked on fences, it told you the pertinent ordinances for fences, and
Yeah,
one of those things done.
the committee did not like, they liked the concept, but did not think it was practical at this point in time because of the amount of cross-referencing that would have to be done.
Okay, well, I don't understand it, so I can't even comment on that. Because the issue we had was, and I know even Steve Palmer and I, and Bob, been involved with it somewhat, that you think you're looking up something and it's not where you think it is. It might be in the
Exactly.
zoning somewhere. So by listing the ordinances for fences, by listing the ordinances for walls, you're not making someone do that research to try to figure out where that ordinance is at.
Yeah, but the amount of cross-referencing that would need to be done to complete that
Yeah,
was not,
I
the
know.
committee did not
Yeah,
recommend it
Okay.
at that time.
Well, so what is your recommendation then on moving forward? As far, you mentioned before about Grady doing it. I think early on in the process, we had discussed that we understood that the intern was not the tech guy. And that we would have to hire somebody at some point to do that part of the deal. We couldn't get someone that could be the idea guy and the tech guy. We just couldn't find that person. So we understood that that was the case. Now, I don't remember, or maybe the committee decided this, that the ad hoc committee had decided that we would, that that's the way we would do it, but I don't know that council ever made any kind of, for commitment to say, this is how we're gonna fix that.
Yeah, I don't believe council ever did that.
No, I don't believe we did either. So, I mean, that's the
My
one.
recommendation to council would be that you engage somebody that knows how to create web pages and pay them a fee to implement what the committee had agreed was positive in terms of Ian's recommendations.
Okay, so do you think right now then, the first step, regardless of who does that work, should be that the committee needs to go over and say, this and this and this and this we want to put on the website, and figure out how we get from that to the things that he said that you don't, the things that he brought up that don't work, or maybe they can be adapted to work, and the things that we are gonna throw out, so that the committee can do that and say, because right now, it seems like it's a lot of stuff thrown against the wall, and I don't know what's gonna stick or not, and I don't have the expertise to even say that. So, I think the first step should be that the committee should decide what's practical to do, and then figure out how, then at that point, once we have a template of what we want, then figure out how we're gonna get there. Because at some point, we still have to decide content. No matter who you hire, we have to decide what we want on there, what we don't want on there, how we want it on there, basically.
And I don't disagree with that philosophy or that proposal, if you will. It's, the committee itself needs to be reformed at this point though. Because Ian had the contact information. I believe it was Greg, myself, Ian.
Two Ians, it was two Ians. That was, I don't know if Paul was involved in it or not.
Paul was not initially, but based on the last meeting, he wanted to be, which would be good, I think. But there was another party or two people.
Well,
I
it was
don't
Ian
know.
Ellis,
Yeah.
and Grady, and Greg Butler, and you, and, I think, they mentioned, I think there was, no, I don't think it was, I think we were gonna get, someone, and then they backed out, they couldn't do it, so. I mean, I'm interested, if somebody could step in and help us at some point, I'd be interested in hearing anybody. But, well, why don't we do that then, let's assume we'll just move forward from there. If you got any great ideas about adding somebody, we can talk about that. But for the short term, let's leave it at that, you and Grady and Greg and.
Well, who would I
Ian's
go
stuff.
about getting contact information for the people that we know are on there?
Well, Jerry would have Ian's, and then do you have Greg Butler's? You should have Greg Butler's contact.
Not any longer.
Okay, I'll send it to you. I'll send
Not
it.
since he no longer works at,
Yeah, it's gbutler@072@gmail or something, but I'll send it to you. Well, just
And
reported that on
ratings I
camera.
never had.
And then Greg obviously could contact Greg.
Just contact me, call me and I'll just tell you when you gotta be here. We have a meeting.
Okay.
Okay? And then we'll go from there. Hopefully we can set something up and you guys can make some kind of recommendation on, what we would want to move forward with. And then we'll figure out how to do that. Okay, anybody else for new business or old business? Friday.
For the time?
7 o'clock, Santa will arrive.
Is that correct, Sierra? 7 o'clock, Santa will arrive.
Time
And
we
what
open
time
the
do you
doors?
open the doors?
6:30.
6:30. And the sophomore element training's over there, Sharon has that under control, and we should be good to go.
Cookies and
And
everything.
you're gonna handle the ordering for that?
Mhm.
Okay.
Bookminders came back with their proposal. It would be a $3,000 setup fee and a $1,397.25 monthly charge to maintain the books and records and prepare monthly and annual budget to actuals on an ongoing basis.
So what's that come out to, about 15,000?
What was the monthly again?
It's like 16,800,
16.
What was the monthly?
1397.25.
Well, have you gone over this with the finance committee?
No, the committee did not meet last Monday. There was not a quorum.
Okay. Well, I think my feelings are well known. From that meeting that we had with them, my feeling was that that would be good for a small business that doesn't have a treasurer or bookkeeper or accountant, but, I just feel like we're paying something that we're currently already getting. That's my opinion on that. It seems like a lot of money to spend for something we already have, so that's just my opinion. I don't know what council's opinion is, so. Is there any support for moving forward with this?
Well, my questions are, probably the secretary, because I didn't attend the meeting, Mr. Ellis was there, Mr. Taylor and yourself. What all are they not able to do for us?
Well, they're not gonna do deposits. They're not allowed to. So the deposits would have to be done in-house. They're not gonna download any information from Jordan Tax, like for the earned income and for the real estate tax. They don't do any of the preparation of the liquid fuels report, the annual liquid fuels, the AG 385, which is the pension reports. They don't do the PERTA report, or gather the information to do the PERTA report. They don't do any reporting for DCD. That would still be done in-house, and also any preparation that would be done in regard to Lock and Hawk doing the MMOs and the 205s, the Act 205, the actuarial reports would still be done in-house.
Did they do that?
Well, the thing is, what,
Municipality, they do, other
Yeah,
municipalities?
they do a few.
They do
They do a few.
Small.
What are they, smaller or larger? I mean, I don't,
Yeah, they're all over the place.
You had mentioned before about freeing up some of Debbie's time, and so other than that component, what were their perks, like, another
What's the
list of,
advantage of having?
yeah, what's the advantage of having it, because that was a lot of list of not doing, what would they do?
Their presentation would be a monthly income statement and balance sheet of budget compared to actual. They would be able to prepare all of the reports that are necessary for the year-end audit.
They wouldn't do the audit, they would just prep for the audit?
That's correct, because they would be the maintainer of the records, so they can not do the audit as well.
Would we need additional,
However, they typically see a reduction in costs on auditor fees. Not that that would necessarily be the case, because our auditor fees are quite low as they are.
so we pay additional fee to get maybe a possible auditor decrease?
Well, I mean, there are some advantages to it. I don't want to sound like I'm just bashing the whole thing. It just seems like it's a duplication of service and there's just not much of a benefit. Well, I think we've beat this around a little bit. Is there any support? Do you want to make a motion? Do we have support to move forward with this or not at this time? You comfortable moving forward with this, Joe?
No.
Karen? Karen? All right, I think maybe it's something we can look at down the line, but for right now, I don't think I don't see this going anywhere.
So I'd like to make a motion that we get on the stick here and interview somebody for the assistant.
I don't think we need a motion for that, but yeah, I agree with you, I agree. So I will, review that with Debbie, I'll be in contact with you guys and we can sit down and get started on that as soon as possible. And, maybe get some input from Dave Morgan and Steve and the committee as far as additional duties for record keeping for GIS stuff, for code enforcement stuff and everything, because we have the tools. Steve and Dave had met with Gateway as far as, working, using those paths and being able to enter stuff on those paths and be able to access that information a little better. And if Dave's gonna be out in the street, it'd be nice to have someone do the administrative end, so. Okay, anything else?
You do have candidates for that position, right?
Well, put it like this, we went out of the knot in October.
So-
Yeah.
So hopefully,
I don't know if people can, it's now December.
Well, let's see where we're at.
How many applications did you
Oh,
get?
yeah, it's none of them.
Yeah,
let's
so,
see where we're at and we'll go from there. If we don't see anything we like, then we can re-advertise. Hopefully somebody that's still might be available. Okay, any other public comment?
Motion to adjourn
To executive session.
Executive session.
Hello there, Mr. Marcel, how are
Any
you?
seconds for that?
second.
Second by Mr. Ellis, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Okay, meeting adjourned.